The fog clung to the Rhine like a dying man's last breath. It was late autumn 1887, and the river towns between Mainz and Koblenz had turned mean. Timber barons ruled these valleys now, not kings or kaisers. They felt the ancient oaks faster than the old forests could whisper their protests, floated the logs downriver on massive rafts, and shipped them by rail to the new factories in the Ruhr. Gold came from wood here, not from California streams. But blood still flowed the same. Elias Voss rode into Rüdesheim at dusk on a coal-black mare named Schatten. He wore a long duster coat patched at the elbows, a wide-brimmed hat that had seen better decades, and a Scharfschützengewehr slung across his back, a sniper rifle from the Franco-Prussian War, modified with a longer barrel and a scope he'd forged himself in a forgotten Essen workshop. His left hand rested near the butt of a converted Lamat revolver, 9 shots plus the shotgun barrel underneath. People stared. Strangers didn't come to these parts unless they were running from something or hunting E.T. He tied Schatten outside the Gasthaus zum Goldenen Adler. Inside, the air smelt of pipe smoke, wet wool, and spilled schnapps. A piano player hammered out a slow, mournful tune that sounded half like a hymn and half like a dirge. Elias pushed through the crowd to the bar. "Whiskey," he said in low German. "American, if you've got E.T." The barkeep, a thick man with a scar across his cheek like a lightning strike, slid a bottle of rye across. "We got rotgut from Kentucky." "Close enough." "You look like trouble, stranger." "Trouble finds me," Elias replied. He poured a shot, downed it without flinching. "I'm looking for Karl Brenner." The room quieted a fraction. Names carry weight in small towns. Brenner owned half the Black Forest timber leases. He also owned the rail spur that carried his logs to market. And he owned the men who made sure no one else cut so much as a twig without his say-so. Word was he'd burned out 3 rival operations last spring, blamed it on forest fires. No one believed E.T. No one said it out. "He's up at the Adlerhorst mill," the barkeep muttered. "But you right up there asking questions, you're right back in a box." "Or not at all." Elias left coins on the bar and stepped out into the mist. He didn't ride straight for the mill, instead he followed the river path north, past the vineyards, toward the place where the hills rose sharp and dark. He'd come for Brenner, yes, but not for money or glory. For Anna. 10 years earlier, in a village near Freiburg, Elias had been a forester's son. Anna was the miller's daughter, quick with a laugh and quicker with a rifle. They planned to marry once the war ended. Then the Prussians conscripted him. He came back missing 2 fingers on his left hand and carrying nightmares. Anna was gone. Brenner had acquired her father's mill in a rig dead claim, moved her to his estate as housekeeper. When she refused his bet, he sent her to work the log drives, dangerous work for any man, deadly for a woman alone. She drowned in the spring thaw of 1984, or so the letter said. Elias never believed E.T. bodies washed up downstream. Hers never did. He camped that night in a hollow under pines. The fog muffled everything but his thoughts. At dawn he moved higher, skirting the main roads. By noon he reached the edge of Brenner's clear-cut empire. Stumps stretched like gravestones across the slopes. Smoke rose from the Adlerhorst mill, a massive timber frame building with water wheel and saw screaming day and night. Elias watched from a ridge. Armed men patrolled the perimeter, former soldiers, mostly, with Mauser carbines. Brenner liked ex-militari. They followed orders without questions. He waited until dusk, then slipped down through the cut-over land. The stumps gave good cover. He reached the mill's back wall as the shift changed. Voices carried on the wind. Another one's gone missing. 3rd this month. Shut ET boss says accidents happen. Elias pressed against the boards. Inside, Lanternszwang. Zabs weint. But beneath the noise he heard something else, chains. Low cries. Not the usual mill sounds. He found a loose plank, pried it silently. peered in. Women. 6, maybe 7. Chained to posts near the scrap pile. Bruised faces, torn dresses. Logging wasn't the only work Brenner demanded. The accidents were women who fought back too hard. Rache in Elias like Bile. He chambered around in the Scharfschützengewehr. But he waited. Revenge without plan is suicide. Night fell heavy. The mill quieted as most workers left for the bunkhouses. Only guards remained, plus a few foremen drinking in the office shack. Elias moved like smoke. First guard went down with a knife to the throat, silent, clean. Second took a muffled shot from the Lamet's shotgun barrel, face erased before he could shout. He reached the chained women. One lifted her head, eyes wide, hopeless. Then recognition. Elias, she whispered. His heart stopped. Anna. Older, thinner, scarred across one cheek. But alive. They said you drowned, he choked. They threw me in the river. I swam. They caught me again. Said no one would believe a runaway. He cut the chains with bolt cutters taken from a tool shed. The women stared, stunned. Go north, he told them. Follow the river trail. There's a convent near Bingen. Sisters there hide people. Tell them Elias Voss sent you. Anna gripped his arm. Come with us. I finish this first. She knew that look. No arguing. They slipped into the fog. Elias turned back toward the office shack. Brenner was inside, counting ledgers by lamplight. Big man, red beard, eyes like chipped flint. Pistol on the desk. Elias kicked the door open. Brenner reached for the gun. Elias shot it off the desk with the Lamet. Evening, Karl. Brenner Lauk hit, short, ugly. Voss. Thought you died in France. Many did. You sent letters saying Anna drowned. Convenient. She was trouble. Cost me money. Women like her always donna stack. Elias stepped closer. You kept her. 4 years. Brenner shrugged. Good help is hard to find. And she fought pretty. The words snapped something in Elias. He holstered the Lamet, drew the long rifle instead. Brenner smirked. You won't shoot me here. Too many witnesses. My men will hang you by dawn. Most of your men are drunk or asleep. The rest are dead already. Brenner's smile faded. Outside, shouts rose. Torches flickered. The guards had found bodies. Elias lowered the rifle slightly. Tell me why. Truth. Then maybe you live to see trial. Brenner leaned back. Timber's everything now. Rail needs sleepers. Cities need beams. I take what I need. People are replaceable. You think you're different? You're just another ghost from the war. Elias raised the rifle again. Scope centered on Brenner's forehead. A shot cracked from outside, not his. Brenner yacked. Blood bloomed on his chest. He slumped. Elias spoon. A woman stood in the doorway, Anna. She'd taken a guard's Mauser. He was reaching for a derringer under the desk, she said quietly. I saw it. Elias looked. A small pistol glinted beneath the ledger. He exhaled. You saved me. You saved us first. They stepped outside. The remaining guards froze when they saw Brenner dead and the women free, armed now with dropped rifles. Go home, Elias called. Or ride with Brenner to hell. Your choice. Most dropped weapons. A few ran into the dark. Dawn broke cold and clear. The mill smoldered where Anna had set fire to the ledger stacks, proof of debts, bribes, murders. No one would rebuild it soon. Elias and Anna walked the river path together. The other women had gone ahead. You could stay, she said. Build something new. He looked at the scarred hills, the floating mist. I've spent too long hunting shadows. Maybe it's time to stop. She took his good hand. Then stop with me.